Hello and all, welcome to a Galaxy Man Show interview show. So for my very next guest on my show is this incredible singer and songwriter known by the name of Aimee Hollcraft. So I'm about to add Aimee into the live now to have a chat with Aimee about her incredible music. So yeah, let's add Aimee in and have a chat with Aimee. Hi Aimee.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. I just want to say first up, thank you so much, Aimee, for taking the time to join my show. It's such a pleasure having you on, Aimee. To people that don't know who you are, if you can give like a bit of backstory about who you are and what you do, and then we'll dive right into the questions.
My name is Aimee, and I'm originally from Virginia, but I came down to Nashville for to major in songwriting at Belmont University. So that's what I'm doing right now. And yeah, I was just working on some music this summer.
Awesome. So we'll dive right into the very first question now, Aimee. So for my very first question, so you've created this incredible song called Damsel in Distress. What was it like coming up with the idea of wanting to create Damsel in Distress, and what's the whole meaning behind this song?
Yeah, so I wrote that song maybe like 2 or 3 summers ago, and it's basically just about reflecting on a situation when you were really naive and um, yeah, I was just kind of reflecting on that situation, and I was like, if I could go back in time, what would I say or do differently? And so, what this song is about, and it's very empowering, and I really love it. It's one of my favorite songs, and it's out now on streaming services. One of my really good friends, Scott Burrell, produced it, and he's amazing, so talented. So, yeah, that's currently my only single out, but I'm definitely working on other too.
I just want to say first up, Damsel in Distress, I've had to listen to it, and I want to say Damsel in Distress was truly incredible. Such an incredible song, as you said. And it, to people that haven't listened to Damsel in Distress, highly recommend listen to it. Aimee does such an incredible job at with her vocals and her vocal range and with this song, and it's truly sensational. So I just want to say that first up for you. Yeah, it's really incredible. So highly recommend people listen to it. For my next question, so you've created a song called Apocalypse. What was it like creating Apocalypse, and what's the whole meaning behind this song?
Yeah, so I wrote Apocalypse just a couple of months ago for a songwriting assignment. And it's definitely one of my favorites, and I think it's definitely a lot of my friends' favorites. But yeah, I mean, it's basically just about losing someone in your life, whether it be like a relationship or a friendship, and just kind of like how it feels like the end of the world sometimes when you lose someone. So yeah, I mean, that was super fun to write, and I used really pretty chords that like I never used before. So that was like super cool. Um, but yeah, I definitely want to release that sometime in the future because it's definitely one of my favorite ones.
So on to the very next question. So you have also created a song called Emily. Yeah, called Emily. What was it like creating this song? And yeah, what's the whole meaning behind Emily?
Yeah, so I mean, first of all, just want to preface it's not about any Emily in my life because it's definitely a petty song. um, but yeah, I also wrote this for a songwriting assignment last year. And it's super fun because I wrote it on ukulele. So it's very upbeat. And like I said, it's a very petty song. It's just about being jealous of someone who is, kind of just getting all that attention from a guy that you really like. And yeah, it's very like middle school petty, but it was super fun to write. Those are some of my favorite types of songs to write. So.
So on to the very next question. So what made you decide, as a person, hey, I want to start pursuing singing in the first place?
So I definitely would say Taylor Swift was the inspiration for starting to play guitar and for writing songs and just for getting into singing and pursuing it as a career for sure. I definitely owe like literally all my things to Taylor Swift. Yeah, so I was a huge fan of hers since like the beginning, and um, I just remember hearing her stuff on the radio and, doing a lot of research about her and how she went to Nashville and to pursue her dream of music. And it kind of just all started from there.
I have to ask, by the way, what song of Taylor Swift's would be your favorite and why?
Oh my gosh, that's so hard. That's literally so hard. My goodness. She has so much. I definitely like her old stuff. Her new stuff is great, but I think I just really resonate a lot with her older albums, like Speak Now, Red. I love 1989 right now, so probably something from that album right now. But oh gosh, that's just so hard. I don't think I can pick one. Do you have a favorite?
Uh, Love Story. Her like
Yeah.
very yeah, that one was really good. I like that one. But yeah, like her Taylor Swift, as you said, Taylor Swift has so talented. And yeah, she kills it in the music industry.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So on to our very next question. So what does performing music mean to you, like especially as an artist?
Yeah, so I mean, I haven't done performances, especially since COVID happened, but there's just something that's so fun about performing, like just getting to connect with your audience and your listeners in a like whole different way. And um, there's so much creativity that goes into performing, just being able to bring your songs to life in a whole new way. So I'm definitely excited, very nervous, but excited about like being able to perform in the future. So that's definitely something that I want to get back into since COVID is starting to kind of die down a little bit more. So
So on to our very next question. So if you could work with any top three music artists in the music industry, who would they be and where?
okay, so my number one choice, I think right now would be Olivia Rodrigo. I absolutely love her. I'm obsessed with her. She's incredible. Um, yeah, so definitely her. And then I love Sasha Sloan. I don't know if you are familiar with Sasha Sloan, but she's so talented, and her songwriting is just so honest and vulnerable, which I really admire. And then Emily Weisband, she's a Belmont alumni, but she's so talented. And I also just feel like we have a lot in common as people, so I think that like we'd really connect. So yeah, those are my top three.
So on to our very next question. So what have you learned about yourself, like as a person, like especially during COVID?
Yeah. I mean, COVID definitely taught me just how to stay grounded and just to slow down because, I feel like before that, everyone kind of like caught up in this routine of go, go, go all the time, being busy all the time. But yeah, I mean, COVID definitely helped me slow down a little bit and just appreciate like everything around me and just appreciate life, honestly, because obviously a lot of people have lost people, their loved ones during COVID. So I'm just super grateful to be here and to have everyone by my side.
So on to our very next question. So what are like the positive and negatives into the whole creating music and the music industry, and how do you get through those negative moments as an artist?
So I would say a positive is definitely just being able to write songs that connect with other people. I think that's like the best part about doing songwriting. Um, and then, a negative, I mean, there are a lot of positives and negatives, but I think a big negative is just, the more honest and vulnerable you are, and just the more kind of like invitation for criticism and negativity and hatred from people. But um, I think that really comes with anything that you do, and you just have to kind of remember like why you're doing what you're doing, because it's easy to kind of like get caught up in, I don't know, just all the other parts of it and like the negativity. So I think just staying grounded, which I've learned to do this past year. So that's definitely a big part of just um, trying not to let the negatives get to you too much.
Awesome. So on to our very last question. So what's like next for you, like music wise, that you would like to announce on the show?
So I'm currently trying to figure out what I want my next single to be. I'm not sure yet, but definitely be on the lookout. I definitely want to release something like maybe the end of summer or beginning of fall. So probably then.
Awesome. So would you like to perform one of your songs on the show, Aimee?
Yeah, I would love to. I will perform Damsel in Distress, which is my debut single that you can listen to now. Yeah, so I'm gonna play that.
Awesome.
And thank you again for having me on the show. It was really
You're
fun.
very
Yeah, after all these years, the pain of the sting still hurts. And I know that you couldn't give me nearly half of what I deserve. I wish I knew the value in standing by my word. 'Cause what hurts worse than you hurting me wasn't my self-worth. If I could go back in time, I wouldn't let you take me back, 'cause I was beautiful before you told me so. You need to be told what I already know. I'm not one's backup plan. I'm not that desperate for a man. I'm the boy who likes to toy with one's emotions broken. Come on, please. No more dealing with this mess, 'cause I'm no tears, only the stress. No more. I know there's a good guy waiting down in the heart of yours. You didn't want to open your heart and get it broken like you did before. Well, that's no excuse to leave someone like me that day. I wish you well, darling, but probably went our separate ways. 'Cause I was beautiful before you told me so. Need to be told what I already know. No one's backup plan. I'm not that desperate for a man. I need a boy who likes to toy with one's emotions broken. I'm free. Come on, please. No more dealing with this mess, 'cause I'm not dealing with the stress no more. Wish I wasn't so naive to let you walk all over me. Then maybe I wouldn't do as I should and say what any independent heart would. Thank you, boy, but I'm good. 'Cause I was beautiful before you told me so. Don't need to be told what I already know. I'm no one's backup plan. I'll save my heart for any real man. 'Cause I was beautiful before you told me so. Don't need to be told what I already know. I'm no one's backup plan. 'Cause boy, I'm looking for a man, not a boy who likes to toy with one's emotions broken. I'm free. Come on, please. No more dealing with the stress, 'cause I'm no tears, only the stress no more.
Yes, Aimee, yes. Well, can I just say thank you so much again, Aimee, for taking the time to join my show. It's been such a pleasure having you on. I just want to say you have such an incredible gift. You really do. Like your vocal range, you're so talented. And as I mentioned, you have such a gift ahead of yourself, such a bright future. Do you have like any last final thoughts that you'd like to say to people on the show?
Yeah, just like thank you to everyone who's watching, and thank you to people who commented, and thank you for having me on the show again. Like, this is super fun.